Very good morning, friends. Today I am going to discuss Aristotle's Poetics. As you know that Aristotle's Poetics is a very important work and many questions are asked from this work in competitive exams. So let's begin it. Aristotle's Poetics is one of the earliest and most influential works of literary criticism in Western literature. Written in the 4th century BCE, it examines the nature, structure, and purpose of poetry, especially tragedy. Aristotle wrote Poetics partly as a response to earlier criticisms of poetry, particularly those associated with Plato. Unlike Plato, who considered poetry an imitation of reality and potentially harmful to society, Aristotle defended poetry as a natural and valuable human activity. The central concept in poetics is mimesis. Mimesis means imitation or representation. According to Aristotle, human beings naturally learn through imitation, and poetry represents human actions in an artistic form. Poetry does not merely copy reality, it selects, organizes, and presents actions meaningfully. Aristotle distinguishes different forms of poetry according to their means, objects, and manner of imitation. Aristotle gives special attention to tragedy. He defines tragedy as the imitation of action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, presented through action rather than narration. Its purpose is to arouse pity and fear and bring about the catharsis of such emotions. The meaning of a catharsis has been widely debated, but it is generally understood as a process of emotional purification, clarification, or release. Aristotle identifies 6 elements of tragedy, such as plot, character, thought, diction, melody, and spectacle. Among these, plot is the most important because tragedy is fundamentally an imitation of action. A well structured plot should have a beginning, middle, and end, and should possess unity and coherence. Aristotle strongly emphasizes unity of action. Every incident should contribute to the development of central action. A successful tragedy often contains peripeteia. Peripeteia means reversal, and anagnosis. Anagnosis means recognition. Reversal is a change from one state of affairs to its opposite, while recognition is a movement from ignorance to knowledge. These elements become particularly powerful when they occur together. Aristotle also discusses the tragic hero who is generally neither completely virtuous nor completely evil. His downfall results from hamartia, commonly understood as an error or mistake in judgment. Aristotle also compares poetry and history. History records what has actually happened, whereas poetry represents what could happen according to probability or necessity. Therefore, Aristotle considers poetry more philosophical than history because it deals with universal truths and human action. The Poetics also discusses epic poetry, comparing it with tragedy. Both imitate serious actions, but tragedy is performed on stage and has a more limited duration, while epic is narrated and can cover a longer period. In conclusion, Aristotle's Poetics provides a systematic foundation for the study of literature. Its concepts of mimesis, plot, character, hamartia, reversal, recognition, and catharsis have influenced literary criticism for centuries. Even today, Aristotle remains essential to the study of tragedy and literary theory because he explains not only what literature is, but also how and why it produces its effects on readers and audiences. Thank you.